it go, are you?
No, I'm not gonna let it go, Jacob, okay? I need to right my wrong.
Well, count me out.
I never counted you out.
Well, then count me in because I don't have any lunch plans.
Okay. Come on.
Saturday.
Can I help you?
Oh, I'm just here to talk to her.
We need your nails done to sit. What color are you doing?
I'm actually just coming off
Clear?
of watching.
No loitering and no clear.
Okay.
I know if you've seen that
Blue
movie.
on one nail. Thank you.
It's not bad. I probably wouldn't care to go to theaters to see it.
Can we talk now, please?
We could, but there isn't much more to say other than you need to talk to the parent.
Look, I understand. There just has to be another way to do this other than
Considering
awkwardly talking
everything.
to the parent first thing in the morning.
So far, it's
Well,
been pretty
Try it this way. You could talk to your student's parent
relaxed day.
right now.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Did you
no,
call her?
I
thank
did
God for
not.
one more day
But when
in
you
the
said
morning.
it was Joel, I remembered that his mother comes here every 2 weeks to get her nails done, just like I do.
Hey, Mrs. Howard.
Hello, Amber.
Salutes to IG, Twitter, YouTube, community.
Aren't you my son's teacher?
Yes.
Get your nails done.
To my co-host,
Word.
to the brand new panel.
Well, you've seen all the properties. Are you going to
Okay,
flip it
oh,
or
This
ship
is
it?
just like the one in my apartment. This is gonna be easy. Me and Tariq have to go in that thing like 3 times a month.
Maybe you should move.
Yeah. Tariq says he is practicing his credit score. Apparently, 380 is good. Oh no. Don't touch. Not even a little bit.
Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, to say end of the road. It's so hard to say goodbye. What? Motown. These are Boyz II Men songs. Why?
It's ironic because I'm on
You
bended
know
knee.
my,
Okay.
guess
Oh
the
God,
right
why
way.
is that one hot? Try this one. Oh.
We're going to.
Can I give you something bold? Something that
It's
starts a
very long week.
conversation.
So, Amber,
Right now, I'm just decompressing,
nice to meet you.
getting my energy right,
Yeah, we met already, but nice to meet you too.
back to this writing. Just to update,
So, your
While
son
we
Joel,
on the
you've
topic.
been bringing him to school at 9.
suicide doors
School starts at 8. Is there a
will
reason for
be
this?
coming soon.
Well, Nosy, I start my shift at my job at 9:30. So it's
Will
easy
be
for me
coming
to
soon.
drop him off before that and go straight to work instead of going
Give
home or
me
whatever.
a week,
Right.
maybe less.
Can I get some rhinestones that
Going
say
down.
I am not afraid of awkward
3
interactions?
months.
Literally or
4 months.
metaphorically? Because I can do that design. It'll just be $50
Shout
extra.
out to Foxes and Plums.
Well, I hear what you're saying,
Nicholas
Amber. Your son needs to be at school at 8. He's missing a lot of Bible learning.
This every
What?
single soul
I thought y'all just keep playing with blocks and stuff.
that help you
No,
on
it's
this
just a
project.
daycare. By the time he comes in, we're
Now
already
follow me on
working on
YouTube.
primary reading and math. He's always struggling to keep
The
up.
link is in the
Oh,
description box in the bio
I didn't know that.
on the page.
Yeah, I would hate them to fall behind after they take a break. Now, I don't
Check out
want
my
that, but that's as much
playlist.
up to you as it is up to me.
I get you.
Stories that I've done.
I don't want him to fall behind.
And if you're not
He's just my
on
kid.
that
Very.
end of the spectrum,
Okay.
there's some poetry up there.
I'll bring him at 8 from now
I
on.
also have sections for the podcast if you want to check that out.
It's kind of nice.
Word.
What's going
I'm
on?
looking forward to this one, though.
Hi, look at her friends.
I'm
Janine, what did you do? Looking like who shot John?
Barbara, look, I know you told me to let it go, but I couldn't. Jacob, help me open the breaker.
There was a chance to support a strong black woman.
The breaker, Janine. You can't do this stuff. What had you come to work today and lose your mind?
Look,
I tried.
I just-
A lot of error.
I feel lightheaded.
A lot
Did
of
you
benefits.
eat today? Because I know you didn't
A
have
lot of
lunch.
And you didn't have
non-curves.
any breakfast.
Okay,
None of
we're
the
losing her.
benefits.
Do I have your consent to slap you? There she goes. She's out.
Y'all
feel this heat?
Okay.
She
If
fell
you
like a
can,
zombie.
pull up
You know,
and
they
watch
eat the hottest people
Wolf
first. Let me have my
Live.
tasty ass
Definitely
up.
do
Okay,
so.
I'm gonna get some water out of the fridge. Hopefully it's still cold. Oh my God, my Branzino burp. Excuse me. I'll be back. She'll be okay.
Where's my class? Is everyone okay? Obviously, everyone's not okay.
There's a
You're in the
topic.
nurse's office. But everybody else is fine.
Well, there's a few of them. One I'm on the fence with. I'm still going to do it. It's real tough. I know it's probably going to
Oh, look who's back in the land of the living.
go for some flowers back.
Who opened the fire hydrant?
Well, as Melissa would say, snitches
Say
get
it.
stitches.
That is correct. But I am not talking to you on account of you killing my Branzino.
I don't know if it's going to be for later on or it's going to be right now.
What's going on here?
To be honest with you, I'm still
So that's it, huh?
waking up.
I,
don't know. Maybe
gave it my
it's
all.
just
Passed out and ruined the school day? Oh, you tanked. You tanked,
the
Janine.
fact that
You took
I'm
the
so
whole
used
school
to
down
getting
with
up
you. It
early.
was impressive. Look, I know. I should have stopped. I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
felt so bad when I saw that look on Melina's face this morning. You don't think it kills us to see
My
those
body
faces
doesn't
in the
want to just
morning?
lay down.
What are we, made of stone? You're not the first person to feel things, kid. We care. How do you and Barbara stop yourselves from caring too much about the thing? Because it's the opposite. We care so much, we refuse to burn out. If we burn out, who's here for these kids? That's why you gotta take care of yourself. What's with you today anyway? You're normally bananas, but I don't know. Just some stuff at home, I think. Okay. See, that's the other thing me and Barbara learned. All that at-home stuff, you gotta leave it right at that door. Otherwise, you open up a whole nother Panera's box of problems. I think you mean Pandora's box. No, I'm pretty sure it's Panera's box.
This is Recap Podcast. I am DSP.
Thank you for your help earlier, Mrs. Howard.
Founder,
I feel like a better communicator.
spoken word artist,
Well, if you're gonna keep
writer,
doing this
storyteller.
job, awkward interactions come with it. So
lover
you've
of
got to
all
learn how
truth,
to say what you need to get what you want.
going into my own purpose, taking my own walk down this dark road to expose the light and the truth to the people.
Hey, Jay, don't drink that. Don't drink that. No.
Hey, I'm not here right now. Leave a message after the beat. This Tariq.
Hey, Tariq, listen.
Getting ready for a long
You need
day.
to look at the budget tonight. No more waiting. No more practicing. Tonight.
Hey.
Hope everyone's feeling well.
Oh, no, the lunch lady gave me that can of peaches, but no can opener, so no.
Hey, we wanna go get something to eat?
Slowly but
Let me-
surely, you'll
Oh.
get the message.
I was gonna wait for my boyfriend to finish his
Grand
show to
scheme
eat.
of things, the totality of
But-
what I'm doing here.
No. I'm
Isn't
hungry now,
really just
so I should eat now. Right?
an Instagram
Stick with me.
page.
Hunger works, yeah.
Right. Normal
Something
people
about
eat at normal times,
The
like
hell that goes on.
4
in the
o'clock.
world. It's about the
Yeah.
artist, it's about creativity.
It's all true. So, let's go eat.
It's about
Let's.
expanding
Okay.
and showing love.
That's crooked.
Oh my God, please. I'll get to it tomorrow.
Nah, I got it.
Bring
Yeah.
a different perspective, your point of view.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Hey, we're just gonna go get something
It's
to eat.
about calling
Oh,
out
great.
things
I'll
that need to
drink.
be called out.
After school crew. Ooh, after school crew. I
It's
like
about bringing
it.
voices to those who don't have one.
You just your life, didn't you, Janae?
Yes.
Good thing I got me a
As
sister.
you will notice, if you haven't seen any of my
I'll make
older
love
lives,
you like
it's
you
always
want
ever
to.
been.
And
Pretty
I'll
sure
hold you tight.
everyone
Baby,
comes through
all
here,
tonight.
for the most part, is always
Here
laid
he
back,
is.
relaxed,
5 minutes early.
speak big, raw,
Now I
honestly.
have to find something to do before
There's
my
no
shift
filters.
starts. Maybe I can get through half a movie.
Well, I'm happy he's here. Thank you.
Thank you, actually. It's nice to know he has a teacher who cares.
Just doing my job.
We're gonna get into
Well, you're doing it well.
we'll get into some stuff. We got more interviews coming. We got more collabs coming.
You sure follow
We'll be
Just doing my job.
on YouTube.
You're doing it well.
Thank you.
If anyone has anything that we want promoted, hit
Delicious.
me up in my DM. Email me. We'll talk. Make some stuff happen. It might not be the biggest platform, but everybody got to start somewhere. And all it takes is someone to believe in you. Yeah, I jumped on here because I actually was going to jump on yesterday and I was just exhausted. And I jumped on here this morning because I wanted to catch one of my codes. I know they had some things going on and they had to work, so I wanted to give them a chance to jump on here early. It's only going to be 3 of us later. So shout out to Couple Joy. My thoughts and prayers with you. But I'm not going to keep y'all. I wanted to get on here and talk about some stuff, but I think I'm just going to save all of that for later. Nine o'clock. If you are available, pull up. If you are available, pull up. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be slowing down. The real talk, real conversation. This was just a good morning. Friendly reminder that I'm here. Hold on a second. What we doing? Yo.
Yeah, we on?
Anybody?
Yeah, it's me.
Right here.
We on?
Nah, we on. We on.
What's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, I'm still trying to come out of work week mode.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Long week, huh?
Good. Yeah, long week. You get off that Friday, you try to leave everything at work. You don't want to bring that stuff home with you. So every so often that mess kind of lingers, you know.
Yeah, it does. It does, man. So we back on, man. So what's up for today?
Man, just cutting it up, bro. For real. We doing 2 of them things a day. I was trying to knock out 2. We're gonna turn it up later on, but I wanted to jump on here early this morning, just, you know what I'm saying. They cut it up about something that was deeply, you know, on your spirit. So I know you spoke a little bit about it, but I didn't have full information on the matter until I actually checked it out for myself. Couple of Joy, I see you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Cup of Joy. It's always a pleasure.
But now, introduce yourself to the people. There's some faces in here that aren't familiar with you, so
Oh,
let the
yeah.
people know who you are. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Oh, not a problem. Yeah, me, I'm Six Rings right here. I've been doing this with my man Deep Entropy Man for a while now. We just like to get on here and touch on some serious topics, and and dissect. That's what we do the best. You know what I'm saying? So we back on here. We're gonna be back on here later. But yeah, this is my tag team partner right here. So let's get it, man. I'm with you.
Word. So for the people who are probably wondering, no cap or world, we talk about everything. Quite frankly, a lot of the shit that we're gonna cover is probably gonna be offensive to some people. And I put out disclaimer out right now because I wanted to make sure that the people understand that my point of view or his point of view does not directly or indirectly mean that we're here to invalidate anyone else's thoughts or feelings, but given the state of the world we are living in now, there's not enough truth being spoken. A lot of politics, a lot of sugarcoating and beating around the bush on certain things. So when I tell you we're going to be talking about stuff that might be offensive, take my word for it. That being said, there's something that we're going to talk about right now, and I'm going to let my co-star, you know what I mean, give y'all a briefing on the history a little bit on this particular matter. I feel it's more important for you to articulate this to the people before I chime in. I'm going to give you the floor. If you're talking, I can't hear you, bro. Yo. Yo. You breaking up.
And you said the history. You said the history on the topic. Like what you want me to cover?
Not necessarily like a whole documentary or nothing like that, but it was something that you brought to my attention earlier this morning about Missouri.
Oh, okay, I got you about that. Okay. Well, basically on that note, some people may know about this story, some people may not. But in Missouri earlier this week, I think it was about Monday, a 16-year-old boy was picking up his two twin brothers, two younger brothers, siblings, and he rang the wrong doorbell. He rang the wrong doorbell, looking to pick him up, and it was an elderly white man that he mistaken to ring his doorbell, and he felt threatened about the kid. He felt, and he shot the kid 2 times in his head. Of course, he was rushed to the hospital. He's still, trying to recover from the 2 wounds to the head from him, but it just shook me up when I even heard that, because I've been in a situation like that where I may have rung the wrong doorbell. You know what I mean? I may have made a mistake like that. Just picking up my little brothers, man. Like, come on. Now I do got to see it from both perspectives, because that's what we do on here. The man was what, 84, 85. I'm just going to assume that he stayed in that neighborhood for a very long time. That's how some of the elderly is. They kept their house for a long time and all of that. So he probably had been in maybe some situations in the past that made him feel threatened to do what he did. Maybe. I mean, he is in his 80s. But me personally, if that was me, I understand mistakes does happen, and I'm gonna try to ask questions before I take actions. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I roll. Like, if somebody mistakenly knock on my door, it happened to me. I understand it, and you know what I'm saying. I'll probably try to help them find where they're going, especially in a situation like that when he's just being the older brother, just trying to pick up his little brother from where the story goes, and then to do it twice, it's like, man, that was intent to me. To shoot somebody twice. I mean, luckily the kid is recovering. He only 16 years old, but me and you been that age, man. I just don't understand that, man. I really don't. I mean, yeah, kids do pranks and stuff like that, but to me, I felt like if it was something threatening to him, to me, I think they would have came in like more numbers. Like, teenagers would travel like in more numbers, maybe 2 or 3 of them. Then it's like, but he probably felt like they was gonna rob him or try to take his stuff or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I teenagers do that, but to shoot him in the head, that's on another level. And then to find out that the boy, got a nice background, and he come from a 2-parent household. I mean, we do these shows all the time, and we always talk about how when you got a troubled teen, because he's 16, it normally comes from a 1-parent household. He had mother and dad present in the home, and like I said, most of the time they don't have both of their parents when they acting up like that. So that was even more shocking. You know what I'm saying, that he did that to that boy like that. So it's crazy the times we living in. And then at this point, they did hold the man from what I heard about, but nothing's been finalized yet, because it's like they're in a standstill, to me, for my assumption, on whether the boy will either live or die. 2 shots to the head is real serious. You shoot somebody in the head, man, you try to murder the kid. And that's just where I stand from it. You know what I'm saying? Why did you do it? I don't know. He says he wanted him. He didn't want him on his property, but he had to make the mistake. He had to be on his property to make the mistake to ring the wrong doorbell to find out that it was the wrong house. So, I mean, what more could you say about that?
Well, you would think that you would be able to knock on someone's door, whether it was
pencils, erasers, left-handed scissors. Oh, you got
by
some softballs in your class.
mistake
There's
or
actually
by accident,
Please, I'm just trying
and
to check my needs.
someone would come to the door,
So, as
or
much as we here at Avenue
ignore it
the city
and
doesn't
just let
always
you
give us the
knock
funding
and
we need
then
for our supplies
go
and
start their business and it not turn into a possible fatality. We've gotten to a point to where you can literally have, doorbell cameras. You can have certain things put in position to where you'll know whether or not there's a threat or anything of that nature. Now, I didn't know that the man was of age like that. I didn't know anything other than that it was a white male. But I don't know how I feel towards that. There's not enough information. I know there's people protesting. People are, rightfully angry at how aggressive the attack was. From what the news is saying, it was just an accident, a mistaken identity. He was given the wrong address, okay, and nothing that's been reported says that this young man was being aggressive or giving off any type of intent to do anything, disruptive. So, I don't know. I don't think he's going to get. For some reason, I don't think there's going to be anything done about that. I'm just being real with you. I think they're just going to kind of chalk it up to, he was on his property. Someone came to his house. He felt threatened. He had every right to defend his home. They're probably going to try to make it seem as though what he did had probable cause. But right now, they're waiting on the statement from the young man. From what I saw, he is actually doing okay, considering. But I don't know, man. We've gotten so bad off that you can't even. I wouldn't even knock on a random person's door. Like it's just like you don't really know what you're gonna get. You don't know who's coming to your porch. It used to be a point to where, and I don't know if people still do this, but they'll leave their ignition blinds open all day and all night, leave their doors unlocked in certain areas, and there's folks that's legitimately trying to rob your house. There's people that's really doing these type of things, and rightfully so. I can understand you wanting to protect your home, your loved ones, and things of that nature. This right here doesn't seem like that's the case at all. I'm waiting to hear back about actually what happened.
Yeah, I think a statement is definitely necessary from the young man. But
It's clean. I like clean.
To me, when I first heard it, I thought it was just one shot.
Yeah. Okay. I'll think about that.
Right.
Why did it have to be two? Why did it have to be two?
Who is
Gregory is
and then from what my understanding, the kid come from a nice background.
I made this for you, Mr. Eddie.
Thank you.
And I believe his uncles or something like that. I believe that they were in the medical field, so they actually treating the kid from a home. They giving him treatment and stuff from home, making sure he stays up to par and he's monitored throughout the process of what happened to him. But that had to be shocking for a young boy. You know, the ring, his intent was to pick his younger siblings up and then almost get killed.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need? Tape.
Then, like I said before,
So I'm going to like put the items
my
over pictures.
my demeanor is that I would at least, you know, find out before you take action as a grown person, man. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't supposed to just, you know what I'm saying, jump on somebody like that.
That was fun, right? I like it.
That's crazy.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
it's
he
going to,
was on your
break through the
property.
noise. The internet is very busy.
But ask
They're
questions
competing
first.
with alien conspiracies and
You know,
animals that can
if he
sing.
made a
It's just-
mistake,
it's-
then he
it's
made a
missing
mistake. This is
that thing.
the wrong house, young man.
Thing.
All right,
You know, that thing where you look
that
at
don't
something and
mean
you're like,
I'm
that's
supposed to lose my life because
Well,
I chose the wrong house. Does that mean I'm supposed to die from that? I didn't do anything to you. I wasn't trying to attack you, take them 2 shots through my head like that. I'm telling you what they're going to compare this story to. They are going to compare this story to the likes of Trayvon Martin. This is a good comparison to Trayvon Martin. So don't be surprised.
Really? Yes, this is what I
If
do.
you know, if the young man recovers and all that, and they bring up the story with Trayvon Martin, and what happened to him in the neighborhood and all of that, and how he got killed and everything like that. So I'm not gonna say, I'm not saying it's an exact same scenario. They got some similarities.
What is this, an
They do.
iPhone 9?
Let's cut through all that. Is this a black and white thing, or is this just a humans are just a piece of shit type of thing? What are we really doing here?
It got the law. The law state that. The way the prosecutions and law is set up for crime, for certain crime. That do come up. The black and white thing does come up because the protesters. You just said it. The protesters. Why are we protesting them? So we can get what? Some justice, right? Protests come because you felt like stuff wasn't equal, right?
Cool. Wait, how many views do you have?
20,000.
If it happened the other way and you switch the road and this guy was a black older man and this was a 16-year-old young white male that's picking up his younger sibling and he hit him 2 times in the head. I don't think we'll be waiting on the prosecution. I think that'll already been determined. That shit happened on Monday.
You know, I'm gonna have a bunch
Thursday
of extra
now.
stuff if you need anything in case the Lord cheats out. Also, it's not too late to make a video. It's Janine.
I don't give a damn how old he is.
And if you'll excuse me, I have shapes to grade.
Actions is actions. It's consequences for action. You can think whatever you want to think. You can feel how you want to feel. But if your ass do something, it's gonna be some consequences for what you did.
Of course, yes.
That's human nature. Somebody strike you,
Hey, Janine.
you can strike their ass back.
Oh, yes. Excuse me, I love a reveal.
That's consequence. Don't let nobody should feel like they can do anything.
No,
and
it's great. It's great.
Nothing come back to them.
It feels a little like you went into an office supply store and bought the first 5 or 6 posters you saw.
So,
fucked up part about it is
I got a whole tub of
if I want
licorice. Would you like
a homeowner.
No, look, Gregory, this is a classroom, not an office. It's just missing a certain warmth. Those stores are great for like ink
you're not
or whatever, but I wouldn't rely on
calling
them to
you
represent me
or
as a
texting
teacher.
me,
You know, is this really a reflection of
letting
you?
me know that you're heading my way, and you're just randomly showing up to my house.
Yeah, maybe so.
In this time and day, I don't know how I'm going to respond or how I'm going to carry it. Not for any other reason than the fact that there's too many situations where either your own people will line you up, or you just got folks that just don't care whatsoever. And I don't know, man. I don't know. That situation, though, I'm not really feeling it. I don't know why it's always a black kid or a black individual that's always ending up in these type of situations.
Okay, you were right. Miss Howard is an amazing teacher, and we should look out for our own. So does that mean you'll make her a video? Oh yeah, I'm gonna make
I don't know, bro. At this point, it's just for me, like, man, have your camera on your property. Have it, you know, at your front, on your sides, wherever you need to have it at, so you can monitor and properly assess what's going on around you before you make judgments and assumptions about anything. Before they even had cameras, you still, all you had to knock on someone's door. You had to just, you know, there was no way of telling whether or not the person had good intentions or not. You just had to trust that whoever was knocking on your property was there for good reason. Now it's just like you don't know. So it's a combination of this could be some racial shit, and he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So what was it with Trayvon Martin? Was that said? Like, was that fair? Or was that a racial situation, or what you call that?
No, that is definitely racial. He saw someone that was of a different skin complexion. He probably has a history of not liking that color or fearful of that color, thinking that all black people are aggressive or ignorant or move a certain way, and he acted out of fear and out of just the fact that that was his opportunity to use his white privilege to get away with putting down one of us against.
Put down another brother. So if that's the case, what you told would just happen with that neighbor? Because you know what? If somebody rings your doorbell and you don't even know the person, you don't know them, right? And they on your property.
Everybody else.
You can't sit up here. Good morning.
I said this is what I do. I feel like you went to the plastic surgery.
Man, I've been enjoying listening to y'all talk about this.
Roll Tide, hashtag leave all women, hashtag lock her up. You said you wanted eyes on it.
I'm good, man. Since I can't hear too well on my phone, y'all are good. My phone is just old. I'm gonna turn off the camera so I can put it up to my ear and hear you and talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
So, good morning, Irene. You know, I live in the South. Of course, there is a lot more racial stuff than I want to be comfortable with. But I can tell you there was a time that my car broke down in the middle of the night, and I was in a white neighborhood. I was only maybe 20 years old at the time. It was hard to get anybody to answer the door. Now, we're talking the 90s, but still, it didn't matter that it didn't matter that they didn't want to answer the door. After they finally spoke, I said, hey, my car is broken down, you know, and they're like, they wanted to see my hands. They wanted me to put my purse over on the porch. Finally, the elderly couple came out, and I said, you know, can I call my boyfriend to come and get me? They brought the phone outside. They called the number for me. So I don't know how much times have changed. I know what I see around here. I'm in Alabama. I'm sure you can imagine. But doorbell cameras, I don't know that I would be any more well received than someone of any other color or any other age. People today, they don't trust anybody. You know, we all have reason not to trust, but at the same time, that one thing you touched on, nobody should lose their life for knocking on the door. What if your car had broken down? You didn't have a cell phone, or your battery was dead and you needed help. Nobody should lose their life for needing help. And the way that this old couple acted it really, I guess, enlightened me. I was very naive. I didn't understand why they would act that way, especially, you know, I thought I was immune to everything. I was a baby, but it's only gotten more and more hard. People, they stereotype you. It doesn't matter. I get it. I get it all the time, and I don't understand it. I thought it was truly a racial thing, but I guess it's a person-to-person thing. I don't know if it's an age thing or an area thing, but it's something that should change. And two, you say that about protests. I've seen it with other communities too. The LGBT plus community is pretty big in my city. They have had their bar catch on fire. They've had bomb threats called in. The clubs have had like 3 clubs. You get a bomb threat called in one night. So it's not just racism, it's all the way around the board. I'm sorry, I'm losing my vocabulary, but it's prejudice against anything that doesn't suit what someone thinks it should be. So, I'm going to let y'all chime in. I'm going to listen on this one, okay? Listen for a little while. I want to hear what you have to say.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me, too, and the discussion, and wow, y'all were very enlightening, and I guess brought me back up to speed, and maybe I didn't want that reality but needed it. So now I'm actually going to listen to y'all. So I'm going to chime in after, but I want to hear what you have to say.
It's fine. But I was going to piggyback off what you said, Miss Joy, about knocking on neighbors' doors. You had an emergency situation with your car, you said, and you search for help. You search for help. But this the issue. How is somebody gonna help you when they not willing to hear you out? You gotta be able to hear me out first, so I can tell you what's wrong with me. I'm coming to pick up my little brother. That's all I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to bother you, sir. I wasn't trying to do any harm to you. But if people's already in defense mode, and I'm not saying that he was wrong to not be in defense mode, to be willing to guard his territory. That is his home. And I understand that. But I think it's the way you approach people. One, everybody don't get the same person. You got to make people feel safe, because, like you said, it's hard to trust people these days. It's hard to get trust out of people. You really can't trust everybody. So if you approach the situation to make somebody feel safe, like you're not a threat, hear me out. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm reaching out for. Then these situations shouldn't occur in my mind. It shouldn't happen because if you really felt that threatened about a teenage boy doing harm to you, you could have told him that he had the wrong house through the door. You didn't even have to open the door. You didn't even have to look at him, so to speak. You could have said, "This is the wrong house, son. Move on. Let him keep his life." You know, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah,
We
that's
wasn't trying to do
This up here is a common number 2
right.
consulting
That
shade
you saying they didn't
distribution
even.
mechanism.
I understand protecting your property, but if you were there to pick up your little brothers, what? The only thing I would say is that when I had my situation, it took me knocking on their door about 5 times. They still wouldn't come out. They finally, you know, after asking me enough questions, then the man opened the door.
Mm-hmm.
So, good morning. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. That's a situation nobody should have to encounter, man. All they had to do was ask. It doesn't matter what color, what age, none of that. If somebody knocks on your door, I don't think that warrants calling the police or pulling a piece or anything like that. It's as simple as communication. And people don't do that anymore. People don't respect each other anymore. Seems like everybody is on the defensive. And, I mean, that's heartbreaking. You had the wrong door, maybe, looking for your brothers, and had to experience that. It's not like it used to be, because, you know, when I was little, we didn't have cell phones, any kind of technology. We would go to, you know, a mile just to walk to a friend's house safely. I don't think I could say the same today. And I wouldn't want my children to do that. Because if you can't be safe to knock on the wrong door by mistake, how bad has it really gotten?
Right. I agree.
I'm just gonna say this, and this is just some real shit. And I'm black. I'm not ashamed of my color or nationality or none of that. But I will say this: even with me being black, I don't trust my people. I'm just gonna be 100 about it. I don't trust nobody really like that, but I don't trust my people. I don't. I mean, it's fucked up to say that. It's sad that I have to be like, oh damn, I don't even like being around my own kind, because they don't know how to actually carry themselves and conduct themselves in certain ways. Every fucking time I see them, they're on the news and shootouts, robbing someone, robbing the store, robbing the bank, robbing the white person, doing this, always some wild shit. Either we get tanked in a certain light because of their agenda to make us look bad, or we just do it ourselves. So automatically off the bat, me growing up where I did, and I've seen it firsthand personally. If you knock on my door, I'm not really going to. First thing I'm gonna do is kind of just look through the blinds. I'm gonna be kind of like at a distance. So I don't want to get too close, because a stray bullet can come through that door just by you standing there. So I'm kind of just back like this, kind of peeking through the windows, making my rounds around the house. I'm doing that, and it's fucked up to say that, but it can be any race that could pull up on you and do this, but it's usually always like this stereotype that we're monsters and we're scary and they're going to pickpocket you or do some wild stuff to you just off the fact that our skin color and TV and history has propagated this idea that we're just scary individuals who are cavemen and don't know how to conduct ourselves. This man who shot this kid, he shouldn't have shot that kid. He would have. And what I'm getting at is, you shot this kid twice in the head. That means either you opened the door to fire, or you seen who was on the other side of the door and you fired through the door without even bothering to. So there was an opportunity for a dialogue to happen where they could come to some type of, okay, this is just a misunderstanding. He at the wrong place. I'm going to go ahead and just say, hey, this is not the address that you want. Go this place, let me hey, matter of fact, why don't I just give you directions how to get to such and such? But instead, what I'm gathering is, just being me, if I feel like I see someone I don't recognize on my property, the first thing that's going to come to me is, I'm going to get your ass before you get me. Fuck that. You're not about to take my life. You're not about to take me from my family. But, of course, I'm not racist. I don't have that hate in me. So I don't know what motivated him. But my instinct tells me danger. When I see a black person, sometimes, for the most part, if they're not in a suit and tie, I think danger. I think something's not right. It just kicks in like that when you've grown up in that, and you've been jumped and you've been robbed and you've been stolen from, and it's always the people that's supposed to be the ones that are supposed to be like this. They're the ones that's always bringing it. I automatically get on the defensive and offensive because I got to get to you before you get to me. So with this case, I hope and I would pray that it wasn't racially motivated. Unfortunately, it probably was. And I don't know how they're going to handle the case. I don't know if there's going to be a justifiable judgment that does not separate skin tone. And they, up here and down here in the heart, they say, okay, this is this. We're going to hold him accountable for his part. We're going to bring justice to this family. We're going to enlighten the community on what's going on, and we're going to learn from this and grow from this and not perpetuate, another nigga and knocking on someone's door. And we need to do something about this whole idea that you can't. I don't know, man. The shit is just sad. It's disheartening. It's wrong on all levels. And I'm not sitting here advocating for anyone. It's just one of those situations, man. I'm tired of seeing it. And I pray for that kid and his family, man, because he didn't deserve that. And those are my 2 cents on that situation. But
I didn't hear the story. Which story are you covering? I didn't catch that first part. What has happened that you're discussing right now? I'm not up to speed situation.
So there was a 16-year-old black male that was given the wrong address. The numbers in the address were right, but he went to the wrong neighborhood that had that same address. And what happened was he ended up getting shot by an older white male because he was going to pick up his brother. The circumstances around it are kind of foggy. They haven't really said too much on the back and forth. If there was any back and forth, how did this happen? When did this? They're just kind of just, you know how the news is. They tell you what they want to tell you. They don't
tell you what they want you to hear. I don't think they ever give us the whole truth. And I can go on and drop a bomb here on that because I'm not racist. I'm not even selectively racist. I am human, and I don't care what color, age, anything you are. If you're good to me, I'm good to you. But it was only after being grown that I found out both my parents just kept all of their racism on the low. They didn't ever say anything about it while we were around, you know, but finding out just how heinous my dad was. You know, he was born in 1925, so you can really put that in perspective. They kept all of that pretty much undercover. You know, my mom backed my dad up. She was letting him be the scapegoat, you know. But the fact is, they moved us down here and moved us to a predominantly black neighborhood, and then didn't want me to have friends. And black people were so much better to me than the white kids. And I didn't understand any of that. And I truly wonder, you know, between Trayvon and what's happened to this younger boy, I don't know if it's gotten better or worse now that I'm almost 50. I mean, I see people when they come in at the convenience store. I've seen them come in groups of, you know, 3 nationalities at once. But if they're the same color, it doesn't matter if they're white or black. I'm immediately, I don't know, I feel defensive. It doesn't matter if they're white, I still feel like a minority. If a group comes in, it's like that they're here to steal. That's how the mentality has changed. I've watched it. I've seen it just this little bit at the store. And I truly wonder, I don't want to be that way. You know, I'm not like my parents, which makes me wonder how much of it has escalated with time. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think oh man, that just kills me that you saying that he just went to the wrong neighborhood. That was still a child. They didn't even give a child a chance. When has it gotten that bad? I mean, I don't trust people, and I'm seeing, well, waiting to question the kid, seeing the other comments, people don't trust people anymore. And I know part of it is racial, but as a whole, people just don't trust people any longer. And I don't know if it's from our actions or our upbringing at this point. I know when I feel threatened, but then I question myself too, because people are just people most of the time. Now, I want to hear what you think about that.
Well, yeah, I think the problem really is, to me, is that people gotta really stop looking at everything as color, and just look at people's motives. Like my man up there, he just touched on, you know, how we came up and stuff like that, and seeing different things just with our people, just with, you know, with black people, how they move. We all not the same. But because we got a stigma to ourselves on how we was promoted to do this and do that, to rob people and do all these bad things. It's more of like a stigma, a reputation that you gonna do some harm to me. It's a reputation that you on drugs or you trying to steal. It's how we promote it. They promote us like that. That shit don't mean that everybody's like that, and that's why we keep having these type of cases. The stuff could have been avoided if the man would have just asked the question, who you here to see? Who you trying to see? I'm here to pick up my pick up my two brothers. Well, sorry son, you got the wrong house. That shit was quick. Now you can go and say I know I run the wrong doorbell and I keep my head intact. I ain't have to take 2 bullets to get it. To get that type of information. That's all I'm saying. You know, if it comes down to that, it comes down to that. But like for me, I was just home a few weeks ago. I'm from DC. So because I grew up around there, I can remember certain areas, like places, they changed certain stores and stuff like that. But I still remember the areas where I walked and grew up at. When I was 16, walking up and down the streets and all that. So yeah, I know if something ain't right because we was taught to look at our surroundings before we enter that square. Because once you enter that square, you got to understand this is the possibilities of this happening. It's a possibility of somebody robbing the store. You got to know before you put yourself in that position that's the possibility that you're in that. So if you're willing to take that risk, then you can't be shocked about what can happen. So you got to know which gas stations to go to. Like if you go into a certain neighborhood gas station, that gas station probably got a reputation of somebody running in there robbing. You supposed to know that.
But I mean, come on, man. Like, let's all just be real here. Why the fuck should I have to Carvana safe neighborhood? Why the fuck do I gotta get on my phone and say, hey Siri, where's a safe place for me to go shop? Hey Siri, where is a safe place for me to go pump gas? Hey Siri, where is a safe place for me to live? Why do I have to do all that? Why can't people just be fucking normal? I mean, like,
it's crimes everywhere. I'm not saying everywhere got something that ain't safe. That's the whole world we live in. You're not going to escape that part. What I'm saying is you got to be more observant to where you at. Some people know how to do that. Some people don't know how to do that. They walk right into the danger. You know, now they in the danger zone, and they had no clue that could have happened to them. That's what I'm saying. You got to be more observant about your surroundings and stuff like that. Now that boy, I don't know how the neighborhood was set up, but I know he was in the right ballpark to pick his brothers up. He was in the right ballpark. Now he might didn't have the right house, but he was in the right ballpark to get his brothers. And 9 times out of 10, the man that did that, he knew the house that he should have been knocking on. They did that to him.
You never heard a song called like
that's all I'm saying. Like she said, a little dialogue could have took that whole situation from escalating. That would mean to happen. It shouldn't have happened, and it's messed up that it did happen. So yeah, it could be related to a hate crime when you get the boy's statement. Because I mean, if the boy wasn't threatening the man on his property, he shouldn't have got what he got. That's all I'm saying. That's what a lot of these situations. And another thing, I'm just tired of seeing kids falling like that. Why it always gotta be the kids losing their life? Kids is the most innocent thing, you know what I'm saying, on this planet, man. They don't know the world from their aspect. They're learning the world. They don't know, they don't have the answers to all that shit that be happening. So they don't deserve to lay face down and all the stuff that be happening to them because they still learning.
I would like to apologize for saying that we're just working.
So it's not
That's what I was
right.
You know that, right?
about the upbringing. That was part of why I was questioning from, you figure my dad's era in the 25, being born in 25, and then the way I was raised, thinking about being a teenager in the 80s and 90s and that, it was different back then. But you said that the one thing that stuck with me most, you're right, it's how people carry themselves. It's how people carry themselves and being aware of your surroundings. Because most of the people that walk through that door, I would say over 99%, but not 100%, they come in, even if they come in a group, I don't feel threatened. But you know what? You can feel it when that one bad person hits the door. My partner, she immediately felt it. Somebody came in, she felt it, she got her purse ready, and she let me know. She let me know. And it was like I felt the energy, but I didn't know who I felt it from, and then she pointed it right out. And you're right. We have to be more aware of our surroundings and less judgmental of, they're the wrong skin color. It doesn't have anything to do with skin color. And it can be a woman just as much as it could be a man, because I have tweakers come in, I have, it's been an eye-opening experience, where the gas station where I'm located, it's off the beaten path, so every nationality and every age that you can imagine hits the door. But there's no glass between me and them, and you really, like I said, when you mentioned being aware of your surroundings, the energy immediately changed when that one man walked through the door. Me and my partner at the time were both on pins and needles, and now it's like I have the reality that I work alone now most of the time. I'm on the 2 to 10 shift. I get off at 10 p.m. But on the weekend, that's when everybody's just starting to get cranky. So I have to be super aware of it. And I would rather have the line 10 deep of people, because at that point I feel like there's less chance than when that one stranger walks in the door. It truly, it's becoming very apparent. People do get stereotyped, but if you pay attention to where you're around, who you're around, that could be the difference in saving your life. That could be the difference in somebody mistaking something and someone getting hurt or killed because somebody had the wrong idea. And I think too that, black people, they don't get a good rap. You guys have been painted a certain way, and I don't know that we could instill in our children enough that it's not the color, it's the person. I don't care how many mixed children run through our family. You know what I mean? That does not change anything. It's the person. It's not the race. Because, I have, my niece is about to marry a black man. We also have Mexican in our family. And they're good men. Do you think we go, oh wait, he's a Mexican, he can't be in the family. Oh wait, Keith is black, he can't be in the family. No, they're good people. They're family. But everybody doesn't look at it that way. It's how people behave. You really opened my eyes, and I appreciate that, man. I needed to hear that, because that is going to influence how I work. I don't know, maybe I was looking at it through the wrong eyes, but I need to, you've just made me hyper vigilant to stay aware of people in my surroundings. So I'm thanking you for that up front, seriously. I never thought about it being that serious, because they don't discriminate when they come in. If they want the money, it doesn't matter. If somebody wanted the money, it wouldn't matter their age or their color. It would just be a matter of me giving them the money and praying to God that they didn't end my life. So I'm gonna keep y'all.
We appreciate you too. That's the whole thing about, you know, this podcast, is that we see it from different angles, and you know, each one teaching one right now. So that's why we like to discuss these type of things, to get a better understanding of how stuff, you know, happens in the world. So pretty much the surroundings is key, but it's just like we touched on before about the job, about the job title and all of that. You can, anybody can have that position, but you know, the person itself kind of make the position what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's self over title. So going back to the skin color and everything, it's motives. Every person got motives, bad motives. You touched on it. Energy don't lie. Somebody come into your space, you are gonna feel it. You are gonna feel it, and that's the observing part that I was talking about. Somebody come in your space that's negative, and you can feel the energy change. It's time to come on up out of there. It's not time to see how everything gonna unfold. You got to be making your way up out of there.
You're right on that.
Energy don't lie. Energy shifts.
Yes.
You don't have to say a word. I'm pretty sure if that boy knew that he was gonna get shot that day when he rung that bell, I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't have never came on that man's property. Energy don't lie.
Bless him.
Here's the thing that it just came to me, right? So he was given a certain address to pick up his two brothers. So my thing is, and it just dawned on me, is this the first time that he's picked up his younger siblings from this address? Is this the first time he's picked them up at all? And if this isn't the first time he's picked them up, why wouldn't he know where he was going? Now, I get it if this is his first time taking them up from this address, but, you know, that kind of just raised a red flag to me.
Okay, because I had a situation like that, and it happened to me, so I'm not going to sit up here and say, and I've been there several times, and I still got the wrong address. There's still no excuse to do that. Now that could have been his first time doing it, but he might have did it before. But I mean, if he you don't know the time gap between the last time he did it and and all of that. The you know the main points of that situation. But I know that he was in the right ballpark because it happened to me. I was in the right neighborhood. I just forgot the door. I just forgot the door. I know I was on the right street and everything. I just forgot the door. It's a simple thing. I went up. I thought this was the door. It wasn't the door, and I just had to go to another door. But I rung the wrong doorbell.
Thank you. Either you got like a call or something that's impeded his feed. Yeah. I wonder if that happens. I think that usually happens when you get a call or something of that nature comes in. But the fortunate news is that he is, recovering. I definitely think God had angels around him, considering his uncles are in in the medical field. His uncles are in the medical field, and you take 2 shots to the head, you automatically assume that the worst is going to happen. But
people
I
live
would like to.
through it. The thing is, people live through it. Even 2 shots to the head, people have been known to live through it. And I would love, if he lived through it, I would love to hear what he had to say. Everything's hearsay.
Yeah.
There's what one person said, the person behind the door. There's the person who knocked on the door, and then there's what really happened. And the person who was behind the door, that's their mentality. They may have never done it before. They may never do it again, but it's their mentality. It's their mentality. And if it really makes me wonder, you saying that was a child, what kind of mentality would do that with it being a child? It does not matter. Skin color or anything at that point. That's a kid. How are you going to feel so threatened or feel so much hate in your heart that you're going to do that to a baby? Because to me, that's a baby. They're not old enough, old enough to drive maybe, but not old enough to even graduate. And you just quite possibly took them out of the world, took them away from people that loved them, all because they ended up at the wrong place at the wrong time. And somebody didn't take the time to do anything other than react. That's just heartbreaking, man. Society, every now and then I run into somebody that renews my faith or hope in society. I had a black woman come in last night, and we were just talking. It had slowed down, and I can't even remember what it was that she said, but somehow we ended up talking about God. And at that point, it was like the whole energy in the room, everything in the store, just got light and beautiful. And I wish more people were that way, because we were just talking human to human, woman to woman, whatever. And I could see there was no judgment. There was nothing except two people having a good time, me and that lady. And the world has gone to hell, man. I don't know why, but people are just, they're way too quick. And it worries me, because I know it's my generation that's raising them. And I wanted to think that we would have done better than our parents. I mean, I know my parents did the best they could. I know they did. It may have been dysfunctional, but they did their best. I'm sure yours did too. And I'm not a good parent. I mean, sometimes I am. I'm not always good, but you better believe that my children know it's about the person. It's not about anything else. You know, God, you got me wanting to cry, man. This is so much deeper than I expected it to be. So much information to process that people are, it's almost like they're looking for an excuse. And it shouldn't be that way. I would love to see a day that we just saw each other as equals again. It doesn't matter what our ancestors did. What about today? Why can't we treat each other as equals, and then unless the body language is off, unless there is a threat. But don't assume there's a threat. Let somebody's actions, let the way they carry themselves tell you, instead of their age. or their sex or their color. None of that matters. We're supposed to look after each other, and we're not doing that anymore. I don't know when it quit or if I'm just naive, but we don't take care of each other anymore. Not like it was. That's just my opinion on that. How do you feel about it?
To be honest with you, I'm not surprised that any of the things that are transpiring. The Bible says, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Whether you believe in revelations or the spiritual aspect of it or not, the evidence is there as far as changing any of these occurrences. I think that conversations like this are important because sometimes we need a refresher. We need to remember, that it's not just on one person, but it's on all of us in some type of way to create a healthier space. We can point fingers and, we can sit here and talk about all of the dark stuff and things of that nature that goes on in the world, but what part are we playing within society to make sure that those things kind of decrease as we move forward? We're probably not going to hit 1 billion people. We're probably not going to touch every country, with what we're doing or saying. But for the folks that are, within our space, you can do something, I can do something. The people, that we connect with can do something, take accountability for, our lack or our involvement in making things a little bit better. And it might not seem like it's a lot or it means anything, but it definitely does. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get up here and do this in general, just because, you see these things happening all the time, and you go into the YouTube comments and you see people arguing and saying this and that and the third, but what are you doing, in your own area, in your own neighborhood, in your own space on the internet to make things a little better or easier, or to hold these folks in Congress or in the government responsible for their actions and lack thereof?
I try to make everyone feel welcome that walks through that door. I want everybody to see, if they just will look, that everyone that walks through that door is a human being to me. The little ones especially. That's who I try to influence the most, just through my actions, And I do see a lot of parents come in with their children, and most of them are loving and kind. Even if they've got four of them in tow, they're loving and kind with their children. And I would like to think that that's the way they are everywhere. I hope that's the way they are. I don't know, but I try to make everyone feel welcome there. Maybe, that one thing, that one interaction. You can run into somebody, a stranger, like I did last night, and it can be that refresher. All of a sudden, you realize you're just talking to another person, somebody who isn't seeing color, age, or sexual preference. They're just being a kind person, and I'm being a kind person. And I try to put that out there. I try to send out the light and the love, and it works. Most of the time it works. Yeah, but I guess I'm trying to be an example as best I can, because there's so many bad examples out there. I feel like you do that too. I mean, I've watched you move now for nearly 4 years, and all you've ever done is treated people with respect and kindness. And some of the stuff you write, I don't always comment, but I've told you I have an easier time with almost any nationality than my own. It's like it doesn't matter if they're poor or rich. It doesn't matter. Then it comes down to, I'm different, but aren't we supposed to be? And still embrace. You mentioned Revelations. You mentioned you brought God into it. I don't know how many young people really buy into it. I try to instill that too. I just want to try to make people see through my actions that it doesn't have to be a certain way. If I can fist bump a 7-year-old and fist bump a 70-year-old, then life is good. Of course, like he said, be aware of your surroundings and be aware of people, because you can't feel the energy. But I think the more good we put out there, then maybe the more people will see it. Maybe they'll be inclined to do the same, because the world seems to just be getting progressively uglier and uglier, and it's not fun to watch that. You've seen it, haven't you? You've seen too much. I see. I'm not going to put you on blast, but I know you've seen too much too. That's why you and I jive, because you see it in my eyes too. But this one hit home. This one really hit home. Now, last week, talking about the nursing homes and the different facilities, that one hit home. But this one, today, this was everything I needed to hear. I mean, it was the perfect way to start the day. It makes me more mindful now of how I want to move. Makes me more mindful of how I want to project myself, because I don't want to come across as a salty old woman. I want everybody to come through that door and see a smile greeting them. Hopefully that'll help some. Maybe it can brighten somebody's day. Talk to me, Mel. Talk to me. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking places like this are necessary. People like you are needed. People like Miss Heavenly and Iron Fire and 6 Rings Team 8 are necessary in this space. I believe God uses folks in the most unique and unusual ways, and He brings folks together so unconventionally that by the time you realize that it was a divine order behind it, you've already done some things that you never thought you could. And I would like to believe that a certain stoicism, accompanied by a moral compass and having certain core values, will be, a instrument that propels, more peace and more freedom within ourselves. And I say overall, this help not only just people that's outside of it, but it helps you and me as well, especially if you experience certain things in your life and you need to be healed or you need to be free from some stuff that's gotten you, you know, kind of locked down with resentment or any type of idea that things have to be a certain way because of the way life has structured it to be. But at the end of the day, God is the one who is the potter. He's the one who molds and makes things happen that you never thought could be done before. So if you ever are in a situation where you feel that he's not present, look at yourself in the mirror.
Yes.
I had a
wow.
I had a situation where I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'll say this real quick. I had a situation where I was praying for him to move on someone close because they were in pain, and he said to me, "You're there. I sent you. You're there right now. You can be the one that gets them through the pain." Sometimes we pray for things, and the whole time we're the answer.
Wow.
Something to think about.
I'm glad you heard that. I'm glad you're close enough to him that you heard that. I don't know that everyone would. That, man, I'm trying not to cry on you, but you really got me with that, because when he speaks to you, it's profound. When he speaks to me and to you, I know that was a profound moment. I know that had to have, I don't know if it shook you or if it enlightened you, but anytime that's happened to me, it's moved me. And it's literally, it's been the difference in me being there right before someone passed away, or the difference in someone having a gallon of milk. Because I remember when I didn't, and God moved on somebody, and somebody showed up with that milk that I needed, and I want to be that way too. And society is difficult, but I love it when I meet somebody that, and I know you that know this feeling too, when you meet somebody that's humble. Maybe they were hard-headed like me and had to be knocked down a bunch of times to get there. But when you meet somebody that's genuinely humble, that's when there's room for deep conversation and seeing things in a more positive light. Maybe turning the negatives into positives. We all have a story, and we're not our past. We're not our diagnoses. We're not our stereotypes. We're individuals. I just wish the world could see more of that. And a friend of mine that came on here, she and I had discussed similar things. She said she believed if the world just lived by the 10 Commandments, if we just embrace that one thing, how much better the world would be. We could probably live in peace and harmony right across the board if we just lived by the 10 Commandments. And that too, that hit home with me. That made me want to reevaluate. I love her for that. She always has me in that place of reevaluation and growth. And I get that out of these conversations too. That not everyone is spiritual like we are, but moral compass. If you don't want to believe in the Bible, you still have a moral compass. And morally, we know it's not right to kill. We know it's not right to steal. We know it's not right to hurt people, to rob people, even to, you know, just make somebody feel bad because you can. Moral compass. I'm not sure everyone has one anymore, or if they do, they just shut it off. You have a good moral compass, and you really have enlightened so much, and you've been a big motivator. You've been a big motivator in how I see things, how I carry myself, and brought me closer to God, and I think that's huge in life. If you can meet somebody that can bring that, you've done something right. Yeah, I hear that, Irene, combined with the 7 deadly sins. Shoot, if we adhered to that, there wouldn't be any crime. Think about that. If we just lived by the 10 commandments and the 7 deadly sins, this whole world would be in peace and harmony, and everybody would get along. There would never be anything, no racially motivated, or, oh my God, you're gay, I can't like you because of that, or you're a woman, so you're less than me, or you're a black man, so you're a threat, or you're Mexican, do you have a green card yet? No, it would be welcome, my fellow man. I mean, I know that's not likely to happen, but wouldn't it be beautiful if it did?
That's an entirely different show right there. They ain't ready for that. I'm trying to tell you, and I said it earlier, the topics that get brought up here, all of them ain't going to be appealing to a lot of the audience, but it must be done and it must be said, because there's people who just refuse to, you know, address it or acknowledge it. Like, wrong is wrong, right is right. And I definitely understand the dynamics of how the world is just based off of everything that is being shown. My heart and prayers go out to the world, to everybody here. I love in-depth conversations, whether, you know, you have the vocabulary, the vernacular aptitude to go back and forth the same way or not, whether or not you understand certain things. I just love these folks. I love them. I can't get enough of them. I think, yeah.
So many things come to the light whenever you have these podcasts or these live streams. You know, we come in on a certain topic, and that topic gets covered, but so much more gets covered too, and it's always something, I believe, that we can benefit from. I've listened to them. You know, I've replayed and I've listened, and it's like, wow, how did I not catch that when I was there? And I wish that I could reach more people, and I'm going to try to reach more people, because these topics, you know, even if it's our generation, maybe it could help us improve and teach the newer generations. And what if, you know, younger people heard it and actually got from it the wisdom that it's taken us learning from? What if they could be spared based on example? Well, I know kids are going to do what they're going to do, but these talks, if they hear it from somebody that they respect and care about, or somebody that they know they can learn from, that's what it's about. And it's always that way when we do this. And I thank you for having me here. I actually only have an hour before I have to walk out the door, so I do have to get off of here. But I really enjoyed this, man. This was everything I needed today. Now I'm gonna be even more warm and welcome to everybody that comes in the door. I needed that perspective. And it was all because of some little boy that knocked on the wrong door. Knocked on the wrong door. And it shouldn't take that to wake us up. It shouldn't come to that. There is a breakdown in the system if it's really that bad. And I know it is. So I love you, and thank you to everybody that showed up. I love you, Irene, and thank you for everybody that's been here. I'm going to pop off, but I'm still going to be listening to you. I want to hear anything else you have to say, but I do want to thank you. And you know I keep you covered in prayer, and I know you keep me covered in prayer, and I'm always going to do that. You have my most respect, man. I love you dearly, and I'm going to listen in until I have to go ahead and get up and get dressed and all that. But I hope you have a blessed day, okay? And thank you very much for letting me be here. I enjoyed this so much. Maybe next time I can have my hair a little bit more on point and be on camera. How about that?
It's all love. It's all love. I got you.
All right. I'm going to mute my microphone and finish listening to you talk. And again, blessings to you today, King. I will be reaching out to you.
All right. Sending my love to everybody in the chat. Everyone who was able to, catch it live. To everyone who watches the replay, thank you all for being here. There's not many of us left. Some of us are lost. Some of us are just a prayer away from hearing a message, a conversation, seeing the kind justice. Plant a seed. I don't care what or how big or small. Plant a seed. See, my ultimate goal is to plant a seed that creates a root that can't be removed or plucked. I want to heal. I want to see people healed. I want to do something and be a part of something that God can be proud of. And anyone who wants to be a part of that is more than welcome. This goes beyond the aesthetics and the analytics and the algorithms. This is about us as a people. And we're going to keep pushing forward, Lord willing. Miss Joy, you have a blessed work shift.
Thank
I'm glad
you.
That you were able to come. I'm definitely glad you were able to get on with it. Because if I haven't experienced this, I couldn't say it. But there's sometimes you could be in a certain space, and all it takes is a certain conversation or a certain environment to change your entire attitude.
Yes.
And you can end up carrying that throughout your entire day, not knowing. So
You're
I'm
right.
glad you were able to. Yeah.
It was divine timing, man. I overslept, and had just gotten a cup of coffee made and turned on the phone, and it said you had gone live like 11 minutes prior, and I was like, oh my God, that's right, he's an hour ahead of me. So that was the first thing that popped up, and I believe that's divine timing. That had to be. It had to be. For me to oversleep and wake up just in time and you're here. And this whole conversation was needed. When you get ready and you put it on the tube, I'm going to share it out. I'm also going to make a video about it because I would love for people to hear this discussion. It touched on things that I think people of every age and race could benefit from. Absolutely. So now I'm actually going to get ready for work, but I thank you again, and I do wish you a blessed day again. I hope you know I love you. You're my brother. You always will be. And I hope you have a blessed day, okay?
You too. You too. Be safe.
All right. Have a good day, my friend.
You as well.